family. Peace, peace, peace. Oh my goodness. It feels so good. One second. Okay, let me get situated. One second. Now, I know my face probably looking a little white. Okay, and that's because the soap that I just was using. One second. Matter of fact, we just gonna put this on. Gosh. One second, family. Last night, my youngest daughter did something with my ring light. I don't know. All right, I guess we good. Okay. So I wanted to come on here to talk about being still, right? Because this morning when I was meditating, one of the things that came up was I was saying in my meditation session, like, what should I talk about today? Like, what should I talk about? And nothing really would come up. And so what finally came up, or what I took it as, is be still, right? I know sometimes in life, we always on the go. We always on the move. And we feel like if we're not doing something, that means that is nothing that is happening, right? Like, for instance, some of you guys, you have dreams, right? And they turning into reality. But what's slowing a process down at times, and myself included, okay? What tends to be slowing the process down is you feeling like if you don't constantly check, or if you don't constantly talk about how it's not working, that maybe it'll speed the process up. But in all actuality, if you leave it alone, right, is going to speed the process up quicker, right? And if you focus on that, I spoke about this several times. I just can't. One second. I guess the universe is like, be still, girl. And so for me, life is times where as though I'm like, if I'm not doing anything, that means that I'm being lazy or whatever it is like that, right? And that's so far from the truth, right? We also have to pay attention and be mindful of the stories that we constantly tell ourselves. Hey, beautiful, peace to you, baby, peace to you, peace to you. We have to be mindful of the stories that we constantly tell ourselves, because it's power in those stories that you keep on giving energy to, right? And so my whole ordeal is, you gotta let things go, right? You gotta let things go so they could grow. You gotta just be still, right? And prime example, so I'm on all three platforms. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And my Instagram, I used to notice that not too much would really go on over there, because I'm mainly on Facebook, was like the place to be, okay? And first off, let me just say this, okay? In the morning times when you get up, understand you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to protect, and you have nothing to defend, okay? Because when you get up in the mornings, it may be this noise going on. You get what I'm saying, right? In the mind, the ego. And you may feel like, well, what if you off a little bit? Or what if, honey, don't worry about that. Remember, you have nothing to hide, nothing to protect, and nothing to defend. Okay? And back to the story with Instagram. So I noticed my Instagram, for a long time, it would be at 650 or 640 followers or something like that. And I would be like, even this guy that I used to talk to, like, back in the day, we became real cool. And one of the things he said to me, he said, because I started telling him, about my past. And you know what's crazy? Because when you have this, like, persona, right? And people meet you on false premises, right? Like, they meet your representative. It's so funny how their perception of you could be, right? And you don't care about the perception, but I'm just saying it's so funny how their perception could be of you on, on something that's not real, right? And I remember this was probably like 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago. I had started, thanks, baby. I remember I had started Roblox, thanks, baby. I had started just being very loud, so to speak, right? And when I say loud, I mean like doing things that the old Dina would never have done, okay? Like making these videos, just challenging myself like so much. And I remember one of the guys I used to have relations with, I sent him a message. Well, he was saying something about my videos, and I sent him a message, and he was like, well, like, I never knew, whatever it was, like, you've been through all of this, and whatever it was like that. And then later on, we start chopping it up, right? Not in a sense of, like, us having relations, but just, like, talking and stuff. And I remember one day he was like, I know, like you on Instagram and stuff like that, and you've been doing videos on Instagram, because I used to do videos on Instagram, but it never was consistent. And he was like, I just don't want you to feel like, he was like, maybe you could reach out to this person, whatever, so they could help you with the videos or whatever it was. And he was like, because I just don't want you to feel like you doing all this work or whatever it is, in other terms, right? And then is like nothing is really happening. Like your subscriber count is still the same on Instagram. And it was like that for a while. But let me tell you how the universe is. Listen, sometimes you just got to be still. You just got to let things go. You can't focus on it so much. Because if you're focusing on it so much and paying attention to it so much, right, it's going to put you you're going to start feeling certain emotions. And when you feel certain emotions, your energy is going to be thrown off, right? And that's going to get you more of what you say you don't want. For instance, I haven't posted on Instagram. In fact, like I delete the app, whatever, and then go back. But last week, I done took the app off. I wasn't worried about it. Didn't go on it. Didn't check or nothing. And then I get 100 notifications. I never get 100 notifications on Instagram like before, right? And so I was like, wow, like, because I wasn't, like, oh, what's going on over there? And the same thing with YouTube, right? Before I would be like, let me check and, but even yesterday I went to the park. I left my goddamn phone in the house, right? And when I came back, my subscriber count was, I think, 260 yesterday. And then this morning I woke up, it was like 280 something. So the whole point I'm making is be still, follow your heart, keep the faith, and know it's things that's working behind the scene that you can't even fathom. You can't even make this up. You can't, if you try to explain to people that's not there or whatever, they just take it like, all right, but sometimes in life you just gotta be still. You just gotta let things unfold the way things supposed to unfold. And know that the universe or source, whatever you deem to be source, I don't care. I don't give a damn. Okay, you can't get wet from saying water. But you gotta get that it's working for you. And it may seem like is slow or whatever. And I wanna say, if it seems like it's slow, that's because you focusing on it so much and you're not allowing it to grow. It's like the same thing with the farmer. I always give this analysis. When a farmer plants seeds, right, he don't keep on digging them, pulling them up, right, pulling the seeds up like, oh, have it grown yet? He plant mango seeds. He know exactly what to expect. He not pulling it up like, oh, is it gonna be apples or is it gonna be watermelon? He know exactly what to expect, and that's the same exact thing analysis that you should feel with yourself. Okay. It's seeds that you have planted. Don't ever feel like those seeds go unnoticed, because they don't. They don't go unnoticed, okay? The same exact time that you plant the seeds, you will not reap the harvest in the same exact season. So, what that means? That means don't give up on your dreams that's turning into a reality. Imagine if you gave up. Like you put all this time, and I don't want to say working, because for me, what I do, like these videos, is not work, right? I could come on here and I could probably do 150, right? Because it's not work. It's just something that comes so naturally, so easily to me. And so if I'm like, I don't put the time in, right? I'm not going to feel like, oh, well, whatever is going on, let me stop. No, you keep on going. You keep on going. And that's when faith comes in. Okay, faith isn't about, oh, well, I'm going to believe. And you guys know, if you don't know, I don't believe in God outside of me. I believe that I am a God. Okay, let's get that clear. Let's get this out of the way now. Okay, I am a God, creator of my reality. Okay, now if you think you're not a God, creator of your reality, honey, that's you. Okay, listen, I'm not here to knock nobody's beliefs. You believe what the hell you want to believe. But when it comes to me, I know who I am. I know what I can do. And I don't need nobody telling me what the hell I cannot do. And even if you do say, whatever it is, honey, I don't believe it, because my faith is so high, honey, please. Okay? So, you got to understand that it's working. You got to understand it. You done planted the seeds, it's coming. Whatever it is that you done asked for, whatever it is that you was dreaming about that's now turning into reality, you gotta understand that it is here. Okay, but if you constantly feel like, well, when is it coming, remember, energy grows where energy goes. So if you constantly say, when is it coming, that's what you offer into the universe. Whether you don't believe in the universe, honey, listen, okay, the universe don't care if you believe in it or not. The universe don't care if you believe in the laws, and I'm not talking about man-made laws. I'm talking about universal laws. It doesn't care if you believe in those laws or not. They still happening each and every day. Okay, so for you to be like, I don't believe in it, honey, that's for the birds, like the kids would say. Okay, that's for the birds, because the universe don't care if you believe in it or not. So just keep on going. Just keep on going. And you gonna get pushed back, whatever. It's gonna be people that's gonna, they gonna say they little shit or whatever it is, may not believe in you. Honey, last time I checked, you only needed one person. One person to believe in you. You do not need a whole army to believe in you. You only need one person. That person is you. Okay? That person is you. When I opened up a business, okay, a clothing line, I didn't need a whole bunch of people to believe in me. I didn't need. In fact, when I did it, because I was part of this business thing called Rising Tide Capital, right? And it was a business program, and I went there and I graduated from the business program. And all those seeds that they planted in me, right? One of my teachers, well, it was the only teacher, but the teacher, he believed in it so much, right? And he believed in a class and their dreams and stuff so much because why? Because he was a business owner. He was in business, I think, for 22 years. Okay? And it's the ones that it's the ones that's not doing it that's trying to tell you what's possible for you. It's the ones that never walked it that's trying to tell you what's possible for you. And so are you going to listen to somebody that never done it? You going to listen to somebody that never even walked it that's going to try to tell you, oh, girl, you should be doing X, Y, and Z? No. Why would you listen to them? Because you already see how their life is. It's always the ones that's not doing too much that's trying to tell you how you should live your life or what you should be doing. Okay? And so I didn't need a whole bunch of people to tell me, oh, girl, open a business or do that. I still did it. Okay? I still did it. I still opened up the clothing line, universally fit. I still did it. I still wrote a book. Okay? And listen, you know where these ideas come from? Meditation. My book, Juiced Up, on Amazon. Meditation. That's where it came from. I was meditating and I got a download for the book title and everything. And so you talking about it's not possible. You talking about that it can't happen. You talking about, oh, because you don't have the education. You talking about, oh, because where you grew up at. Oh, because your skin color. Oh, because you was in jail before. Oh, because you used to get high before. That ain't got shit to do with nothing. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. You just holding yourself back. You holding yourself back. Because that has all those things is your story. Is your story. And if you feel so ashamed from your story, then maybe you didn't get the lessons that your story was trying to convey to you. Because there's power in your story. Not looking at it from a standpoint of victim, but looking at it from a standpoint of, oh, I overcame it. Of a warrior. Okay? And so if you constantly feel like you're not good enough, that's what you offering to the universe. Every day you showing up, you feeling like you're not good enough. I don't care what's going on in my world, honey. I'm a walk, honey, that I know I'm a God. I'm a walk. You hear what I'm saying? I'm a walk. I know I'm a God. Ain't nobody got to tell me it. Ain't nobody got to say, oh, girl, I don't think, honey, listen. And let me say this one second, because my water boiling from my tea. 1 second. So ain't nobody got to tell me it, okay? I remember it was sometimes I know, people have a hard time understanding that they are creators, that they are gods, creators of their reality. And I know it could be kind of challenging to accept it, right? Because at times you think that somebody else is pulling the strings, and I used to feel like God not putting anything on my plate that I couldn't bear. But what I come to realize that I was God putting the stuff on my plate that I couldn't bear, due to my pathologies, due to tradition, due to the way I seen my life. Okay, my belief systems, which is paradigm, which equals habits, which equals energy, vibration, frequency, which gives you alignment. Okay. And I used to feel like somebody else was doing it, right? And what I come to realize, once I change my mind, once I start renewing my mind, that certain things was not serving me any longer, and certain things that I used to do that I would get results from, I didn't like those results, okay? And so, not I hated the results, I didn't care too much for those results. And so I needed to do something different in order for change to happen. There's no way your life is finna change if you constantly being around the same exact thing, right? And when I say the same exact thing, I'm talking about your environment. If you constantly being around the same exact people, your life is going to continue to be the same exact way. Why? Because it's almost as if you keep on changing your pants and you're not washing. You just, every day you going to put on a different color set of pants, and you just like, I'm putting these different pants on while you smell. Well, you smell because you're not doing nothing different. Only thing different you're doing is putting the same exact pants on, but you're not washing. Okay? So it's almost like you trying to cover up the smell, the stench, by putting on new pants. Okay? And the same thing goes down for food too. Like you dishing, you doing all these different things, but you constantly keep eating the same exact way. And then you wonder why you keep getting the yeast infections and stuff like that, because your body, what are you putting in your body? And you trying to cover up the smell or whatever it is like that, but you got to get to the root cause of it. Holistic healing. You got to get to the root cause of whatever it is. You got to get to the root, because just changing your outfit and changing what just moving somewhere different, or getting in a new relationship without doing any work, chances of you getting the same exact thing, honey, is pretty high. Pretty high. And the reason is high because you keep doing the same exact thing, hoping that somebody is coming to save you. I'm here to tell you, they ain't coming. No one is coming to save you. You have to be the savior that you're looking for. You have to stop telling these stories. Now, I said it's power in the story. But if you know you haven't overcome that, if you didn't overcome that story, and you still feel like some type of, like, certain emotions behind that story, I advise you probably not to keep on telling that story. And some people will say, well, it's like you faking it till you make it. We ain't faking shit over here. What's the use to keep telling a story that you don't like showing up? Because that's why you're like, everything, get this. Everything that's showing up in your life is a reflection of in the here and the now. Okay? Everything you do in the here and the now. Listen, there's no past. There's no future. The only thing is the here and the now moment. That's it. That is it. And so if you focusing on things that happened in the past, right? Sometimes it's going to cause you to feel depression. Because you keep on focusing on those things. Those things, they done served you. They done did whatever it was that they was there to do. Okay? But if you keep on running to the past and keep saying, oh, well, you know, this, and it's evident. It's evident that it ain't working. You know, I was so eager for change. I had heard Bob Proctor say, okay, and Bob Proctor was with The Secret, an older white guy, right? And let me tell you something. Bob Proctor, he was the man, okay? He was the man with the plan, okay? He released his avatar, but he was so dope. And I remember when I first invested, when I did his class, that class was $7,500. But I was so eager for change that I wanted something different. I wanted something different. And I had the money to put the whole 75 up. But I was so afraid. But I still did it. Every month I would deposit, what was it, $1,500. I would go to Walmart and put $1,500 on this Gold Bank card that I had got from Uber. Every month. Because I was so eager for change. Listen, when you're so eager for change, it's going to cost you your time or your money. And sometimes it's going to cost you both. And it's all according to how bad you want it. Like how do you want it? You can't keep on doing the same exact thing, hoping and praying and looking for better results. It just doesn't work like that. No matter what you've been through. And I'm not dismissing, like, you know, your trauma or whatever it is like that, but I'm just here to speak real to you. I'm not speaking to you from a like eggshell point of view or pussyfooting around with you. Nope, I'm gonna give it to you raw. If you don't change, your life ain't finna change. I don't care what it is that you've been through, it ain't finna change. The universe is not finna give you something because you done cried all night. That's not how it works. You're gonna have to do something different. And you gotta understand you're worthy. You are enough. And it's okay to feel the fear. It's okay. It's okay to be scared. It's okay. It's okay. Some of the stuff that I do now is you know, is so unrecognizable that, you know, sometimes I gotta say, oh my goodness, I feel within myself so unfamiliar. Like I feel unfamiliar to myself. Because I know what I asked the universe for. And sometimes you just can't care so much what other people think of you. Or how they get in little groups and talk about. You just can't care about that. You gotta know that in the spiritual realm, honey, you gotta know in the spiritual realm, honey, is way bigger than the physical realm. Okay? You gotta get there. So you gotta understand you protected. You got this. You got this. I don't give a fuck what life is throwing at you or what people are. Listen, you got this. You got this. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Know that it's possible. Anything it is that you want to manifest is possible. It's always evidence. If you see one person with it, understand that you can have it too. Because that's evidence. You never have to envy somebody for whatever it is that they have. The only difference is that they don't get caught. Listen, we are all the same. And when I say all the same, we all have the same amount of time in a day. Okay? The only difference between the ones that have whatever it is and the ones that don't, the have and the have nots, is that they don't buy into a story. You think they wasn't afraid to do whatever it is that you see? Yes, they was afraid, but they still did it. They still did it. Because they believe that abundance is their birthright. And I tell you guys this all the time, right? Like, people are generally the same, like, once you get past culture. You looking at somebody else, they skin color, and you like, oh, they got it. Listen, honey, I done did Uber, okay? And if Uber showed me anything from the passengers that I had in my car, it showed me everything. It showed me everything. That people are generally the same. They generally the same. I had a white guy, I don't even remember his name. But when he got in my car, me and him, we started talking, and he was working like for a corporate company. And there's several times this has happened. And I remember I was dropping him off because he was going to invest into his friend's app. Like, his friends created an app, and he was going to invest into it. And so me and him started talking. And I didn't even know, like, he was an investor or whatever it was like that. But we just started talking. And he started telling me, like, he struggled with worthiness. Like, he said he just struggled with worthiness. And he said he had everything, that he want, whatever, but he still struggled with it. And so you looking at what the news and everything else, all these platforms is telling you, like, oh, these people are there. Listen, they go through the same exact shit. Same thing. But you getting so caught up. I remember it was this guy on Facebook. It was a video I watched. And a guy, he basically was saying, like, it's red ants and it's black ants. And they both in a jar. And somebody shakes the jar up. And then the red ants is killing the black ants. The black ants is killing some of the red ants. But who's shaking the jar? And so you staying where you are because of those ideologies, those belief systems that's not serving you. And that's why you stand where you are. That's why you keep on repeating the same exact thing over and over and over. And you hoping and lucking and praying and wishing that something new will come. But not in what they say in the Bible. Honey, I don't know the Bible word for word, but what they say, don't they say something like faith without works is like dead or something? Right? I mean, isn't that in the Bible? Right? You expecting something to happen and you just like, all right. You don't have no faith in yourself. You won't even move. And isn't it somewhere else in the Bible that says the only thing you need, like, faith of a mustard seed? You know how small a goddamn mustard seed is. Honey, I don't even know. But a mustard seed is small, okay? Because I got mustard powder up there, and I'm guessing it's pretty minute, really little, okay? And you get in, that's all you need. You thinking you need a whole army behind you in the sense of they all have to believe. And the ones that you really want to believe, they not going to believe. And it's nothing personal. Don't take it personal. It's nothing personal. The ones that don't believe in you, which sometimes most likely is going to be your family. And it's nothing personal. The reason they don't believe it, because they don't see it even for themselves. So how you going? That's almost like saying, I remember this book, Mastery of Love, right, that I was reading. And in the book, the author talks about fruit. Is it fruit? Or he says some people cannot give you what they don't have. People can't give you what they don't have. And you taking it personal. Oh, they should have loved me better. Well, how could they have loved you better if they didn't even demonstrate to themselves that they love themselves? And you just like, they should have loved you better. This to the people that can't get over what their parents done to them. Listen, if your mama would have been there, your life probably would have been way worse. Your life, everything that happened, it happened for a reason. It's a reason in the season. Everything that happened, it was for a reason. And you keep saying, well, if she would have been here, things would have been different. Hell, you know. Different in what type of way? Because what I have heard time and time again before was that hurt little girls become hurt mothers. And hurt little boys become hurt fathers. But you study there like, oh, they should have did X, Y, and Z for you. How somebody gonna do something for you? They don't even display it to themselves. They don't even show themselves. Hey, Duty. Huh? Your eyes? All right, I made some tea. I'll give you some. Maybe the way you was sleeping. 1 second. Yeah, I know. Me too. I know. All right, there's some tea up here for you. Oh, wait, because it's really hot, okay? My screen was all over my screen. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a good dream too last night. So listen. I know I first started off with saying be still, right? And when I say be still, what I'm merely saying is that sometimes you want the universe or you want something to give you the next instructions to do the next thing, right? And sometimes you just got to be still. Maybe it's just for you to just be still and just be in the here and the now moment. And the same is that concept with relationships, right? You keep on jumping in and out of relationships and hoping and lucking and praying that your next is going to be different than your ex without you doing any work on yourself. And I'm just here to convey the message that your next is going to be just like your ex. Because if you ain't doing no work on yourself, right? If you're not being still, you just got out of a relationship and already you trying to jump into another relationship. Honey, I know, I've been there, done that. But it comes a point where as though you say, wait, you look at your life and say, I don't know about you guys. I don't know about the next person, but I know I used to always have this epiphany, and I would go in the bathroom, and I always would say, I know I didn't come here for this. Nobody ever had to tell me. It was just like a knowingness. And I guess that was my spirit, like calling out, like, come on, time is ticking. You here for something bigger and better. Come on, let's get with it. And I always would go in the bathroom, and I always felt like it was just something in me. Like, I knew I came here for something better. Like, I knew I didn't just come here just to work and pay bills. I knew that. I knew it. Didn't know exactly how it was going to unfold and me be able to, whatever. But it was like a knowingness. Like, I know this not it. And if it wasn't, listen. A lot of you guys, you hate the negatives, right? You hate the negatives. You hate the bad days. Let me tell you something. Let me see if I can fix this doggone thing up here. I can't. All right. A lot of you guys, you hate the negatives. You hate, you hate when you have a bad day. If it wasn't for those bad days, if it wasn't for the negatives, honey, how would you know what you do want? You keep saying you hate, why this gotta show up? And honey, and I'm speaking to me too. Okay. You keep saying why this gotta show up. Well, if it wasn't for that showing up, honey, you probably wouldn't even know what your goddamn purpose is. Hello. Okay? If it wasn't for me getting fired, honey, I wouldn't never knew that I was supposed to be creating videos. Okay, teaching people from my experience. The things that I've been through. If it wasn't for me getting fired. Okay? So don't always look at your life like, well, damn, I had to go through this. And honey, listen, the light is at the end of the goddamn tunnel. Let me tell you something. The light is at the end of the tunnel, honey. It's there. It's there. But you just can't see it. And that's when the faith come in. That's when the faith is like, I'm here, like come on, you fucking with us or not, right? That's when the faith is coming in. You ain't gotta see the light at the end of the tunnel. You don't have to see, listen. Know there is something behind the scene that's working in your favor. If you will allow it to work in your favor. And so with that being said, I hope you guys got something from this video. Okay, and if you didn't, honey, create your own. Okay. Okay, honey, I'm just bringing my shit from Facebook over here, okay? All right? But understand and get that you are powerful. Understand and get that you matter. You are enough. And everything that happened in your life up until this point, it made you the person that you are today. Okay, it's some things that you was able to overcome, and you think you're not strong enough. It was things that you was able to overcome, and you think you're not powerful. Shame on you. Shame on you for believing that you're not strong enough, for believing that you're not powerful, for believing that you're not the creator of your reality. Because everything that's showing up is a reflection of what you putting out. Is a reflection of what you believe you deserve. Is a reflection of your belief systems. And so with that being said, I love you guys.